Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sitting in Sonic again with my strawberry lemonade slush. There's a lot of cars here, so people are watching me vlog right now and I probably look crazy. These are so good. If I ever become famous and I need to make a merch line, these strawberry lemonade slushes are gonna be all over that merch line, just so y'all know. Well, on today's video, I wanted to film 22 things I have learned in 22 years. I turned 22 a little over a month ago, so this video is long overdue, but I really wanted to, oh my gosh, they're right outside my car. I love it. I love reflecting on things that you've learned, and it's gonna be really funny when I'm 30, I guess. 30's not old, I mean, but when I look back on this in a few years being oh wow, I really thought that those were the main things that I've learned. I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun. So the first one is to take good care of your body, and I mean this in a few different ways. So healthy eating is great, of course, and living a healthy active lifestyle is great, but also treating yourself and just being nice to your body. Right now, this is not the healthiest choice in the whole wide world, but I don't drink this every day. I eat fairly healthy for the most part, and I could be better about staying active, I'm not gonna lie, but I do think that just taking care of your body and treating yourself when you're stressed and when you're doing a good job or whatever it is good. Be nice to your body. Really, at the end of the day, the only thing you own is your physical body, you know? And so I just think it's important to take care of that because we want to maintain it so we can stay in this world for as long as we can. Number 2 is never compare yourself to other people. And this one's really hard to fully digest, especially when there's people who are very similar to you. For example, I have a twin, so if I were to compare myself to him my entire life because we're the same age, we went to the same school, we were in the same class, if I constantly compared myself, we're still not the same. First off, he's a guy, so, you know, there's differences, but also just nobody in the entire world is the same as you are. So if you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, you're not giving yourself a fighting chance, and it's just not fair. So try not to compare yourself to other people. Number 3 is to get rid of negative people in your life. And I'm not saying cancel everybody that annoys you or whatever, but there's always those people who you're just stressed to see them. They're more stressed than they are good for you, and those people do not need to be in your life. If they're constantly criticizing what you do and judging what you do and talking badly about you behind your back, there's no reason to keep that person in your life. And no matter who they are, it's time to cut those people out and be nice to yourself, because you should not be constantly stressed or frustrated with a human being in your life. Also, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily a bad person that you cut them out. It's just you're not compatible, and it's better for you to just kind of let them go. Number 4 is don't live for anyone else's approval but your own. And this one kind of goes with that one too. If there is somebody in your life or other people in your life who are telling you that you need to do this thing, or you need to be this thing, or you need to dress like this, you're not being fair. You are doing so much for yourself. You're going to school for yourself. You're building a career for yourself and building a family for yourself. And to give the things away that you worked so hard for someone else's satisfaction or their approval, it's not fair. Put yourself first. You are queen. You are number 1. Number 5, don't expect your workplace to care about you. This one makes me really sad because I actually quit my job earlier this morning. But your workplace does not care about you. You are replaceable. Ooh, Abby Lee Miller is gonna come in here hot right now. You are so replaceable. Your workplace does not care about you at all. And they could be your friends, and you can have a good relationship with your bosses and with your coworkers, but at the end of the day, you go to work so that you can keep that company or that place running and thriving. And it's not about you anymore. So if your job is making you unhappy or putting you in risky situations, especially with everything going on right now, I think a lot of companies have been showing how they care for their employees during a pandemic. yeah, your workplace does not care about you, and don't expect them to. And if you're in a place where your workplace is treating you poorly and you're trying to fix it and nothing is coming of it, and it's just time to move on. My past job, I had a good relationship with them. I think that they cared about their people. They weren't mad about me leaving. I actually just left because social distancing just really was not possible with that job. And it's my senior semester, and I just want to be able to see people without constantly exposing everybody to COVID. So I just left my job. Which is interesting because I do want to be a nurse one day, but I think it's different when you're a student employee working for student employee pay versus like working as your career. So yeah, it was not meant to be. So I am no longer an RA, which is kind of crazy. And I'm sorry if you're one of my coworkers watching this video and I haven't told you, I literally just quit my job like literally today. So yeah, okay. All right. Number 6 is to save money as early as you can. I feel like sometimes I am a slave to my wallet. And I don't want anyone to feel like money is like the whole wide world, but to an extent, money is a lot. It's a lot in your life. And if you are in high school right now and you're doing nothing, go get a job. Go do some DoorDashes. I posted a DoorDash video. I'll put it up here. DoorDash is a great way to make some money. Make a YouTube channel if you want to make some money. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do, but try to save money as early as you can. Don't spend it on like fancy video games and stuff that you're probably going to use for like a month. Like, save your money. You will thank yourself for it later. Number 7 is it's time to unlearn some biases you may have been taught in your hometown, your churches, your household, etc. This one is low-key tea, okay? I'm kind of tired of seeing people my age thinking like, oh, well, like, I'm racist because my parents were racist growing up. Like, you're an adult. Like, by the time you're 22 years old, you should be able to form your own opinions that are not your parents' opinions or your priest's opinions or whatever. Like, you should have your own brain by now. Your frontal lobes are pretty developed right now. You have no excuse to be racist or homophobic or whatever right now. Like, you don't. You really don't. You are just being a hateful person if you can't move on past that. And you cannot blame your parents anymore. You're an adult. I'm sorry. That's the tea. You should know that by the time you're 22. Mostly, I would like you to know that way before you're 22. But if it takes till you're 22, please be not racist by 22. Number 8 is don't take... I love these. Number 8 is don't take anything personally. This one's also important. Sometimes people are rude. Sometimes people like make fun of you, or they're just ugly to you, or whatever. Don't take it personally. If somebody's being ugly, then they're being ugly, and it doesn't need to be about you. And you need to just go back to step number 3 and get rid of negative people. Not taking things personally really helps, especially like if you're in an argument with somebody and they're being ugly to you. Like, it's because you're arguing. It's not something that you need to take seriously or personally. And yeah, I'm a big person. I'm big on not taking things personally. And some people will argue me and they will say that maybe you should take certain things seriously or take certain things personally, but you can listen to people without taking things personally, you know? You can be open to other people's opinions without taking it personally. And yeah. Number 9 is to trust that your best is good enough. This one's also very important. As you guys may know if you've been watching my channel for a while, this channel was started on nursing school videos, nursing school like tours and whatnot. I'm still waiting to hear back from my nursing programs, and this channel is gonna have so many nursing videos on it eventually. But right now, I've been in the waiting period since February, and part of me is like, maybe I need to apply to other programs. Maybe I won't get into the programs I applied to. Maybe I need a blah, blah, blah. And I have learned to trust that my very best is good enough. I worked my best in school, my best on my tests. I did everything that I could, and if that's not good enough, then it just wasn't meant to be, and it's time to apply to other programs at that point. But yeah, living your life thinking about how you wish you did better even when you tried your very best is very frustrating, you know? Like, you will never be satisfied if you can't openly say like, oh wow, I did my best, and whatever happens is meant to happen. Number 10, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Don't associate with people you wouldn't want reflected in your own character. This one kind of goes with my racist one too. I've seen people in like Snapchats when they get like exposed or whatever on Twitter or canceled or whatever for being in a video where somebody is saying racial slurs or doing something they're not supposed to be doing. And if you're associating yourself with those people, if you're in these videos, if you're participating in this, then that is your responsibility as well. Like, you associate yourself with those people, so you can't be mad when you're grouped with those people and when people look at you like you're one of those people. So I think it's really important on making sure you're surrounded with people you would want reflected in your character and you would want to be more like, or you wouldn't be embarrassed if somebody found out you were friends with them. So that's also something I find very important. I love those lemon chunks, even though I choked on it in one of my old videos. Number 11, this is for my girls out there. Number 11 is to have some girlfriends. I think that is really easy, especially if you have a boyfriend, to only hang out with said boyfriend or with the boy you like or whatever. But having girlfriends, like just BFFs, is really important. You gotta hype up other women, you gotta support other women, you know, support their dreams and encourage them and let them encourage you and hype you up. And yeah, I think girlfriends are very special. They're hard to come by sometimes, and finding a girl group and whatnot is not always easy, but have some girlfriends, you know? It's important. Number 12 is to take at least an hour a day to do nothing. And I stand by this, okay? So if you wake up at 8 o'clock every day for school, and you go to school at 8:30, you rush up and you get ready, you go to school, and you're in school till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then from 2 to 5 you're doing homework, and then at 5 you're making dinner, and then at 6 you're going to organization meetings, and then you get back at like 11:30 at night, and then you go to sleep. You will be so stressed and overwhelmed. Even if the things that you do are fun, even if you love what you're doing, you need time to just lay in your bed, or to think, or to take a shower longer than 2 minutes. Like, the rush of not taking time for yourself is not good for you. So the way that I do this is I wake up much earlier than I need to. So like, if I don't have class till noon, I still get up at 8, and like, I'll be real slow in the morning or whatever. Even if it's just like eating breakfast for a long time, take time for yourself. You need time to like not be overstimulated mentally. And I think that that's really important. So try to take some time to do nothing, even if it's not an hour, even if you can only do like 30 minutes, like try to do an hour, but 30 minutes is just, it's something. It's enough to get your mind off of everything going on around you. Number 13 is to stop blaming the past for your current situation. And I don't mean I don't mean like financially as much as I mean like mentally. Like, a lot of people will use the excuse like, oh, he doesn't treat girls right because his dad treated girls wrong too. Things like that. When you are an adult, when you are 22, you are old enough to know if you are hurting someone and if what you're doing is toxic, and you cannot blame things that happened in your past or experiences that you had growing up for how you're behaving right now. So I'm not talking about privilege in this, I'm not talking about financials in this, I'm just straight up talking about the way you treat people. You cannot blame the past on the way you are treating people. You are too old for that by 22, way too old for that, way long overdue. Stop blaming the past on how you are currently behaving. Number 14 is outgrowing people in your life is totally okay. This one I feel like is hard because you like will catch up with somebody and you're like, oh wow, like I should have reached out to them, I should have done this, I should have done this. But sometimes you grow apart. Like, you're going to college. After college you may go to graduate school somewhere or get a job somewhere, and like, don't feel guilty for not constantly remembering every single person you went to middle school and high school with. I mean, there are those people that will stay in your life and will stay your friends throughout school, and I get that. But sometimes I feel guilty after a while. I'm like, oh wow, I haven't talked to so-and-so, and I was so close with them in high school. And I don't think that there's a reason to feel guilty for that. It's totally fine to outgrow people. It's totally fine to move on in your life. Of course, if you want to reach out to those people and you want to stay close with them, that's fine too. But I think just like forgiving yourself for not constantly keeping up with every single person around you or people from your past is totally fine. Number 15. This one is hard. You can eat the same and work out the same as the person next to you, and you will never have the same body. And this one's important. You will not look the same as the person next to you. And I know people will be like, my sister looks like this, or my brother looks like this, or my mom looks like this, or my best friend, whatever. My best friend did keto and she lost 15 pounds, so I'm gonna do keto. And then when I only lose 7 pounds, I'm gonna be upset. Like, you don't have the same body. Our bodies are so different. Every single person is so different. You will never look the exact same as the person next to you. And I think it's time to accept that. I'm not saying not to work out and not to eat well, but know that you're not gonna look like the person who started the diet you're trying. Just like free yourself of that mindset. You don't deserve to be knocking yourself because you don't look like the person next to you when you're working hard to eat well and you're working hard to exercise. Like, it's not giving yourself a chance to grow and to do better when you're constantly looking at the way that someone else experienced whatever they're experiencing. Number 16 is to say no sometimes to parties and organizations. This one kind of goes with the take time to do nothing. I think that sometimes it's easy to, especially when you get to college, to be like, oh, I'm gonna join this club and this sorority and I'm gonna get a 4.0 and I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you need to say no to certain things in order to do all the things that make you happy. So, for example, when I was in high school, I was on dance team, I was in student council, I was very active in my youth group, and I did my worship band at my church. Like, I did a lot of things. And when I got to college, I was like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to join one thing and stick with that one thing, which I didn't even do. I took one thing and I barely showed up to it. But it is so important to say no sometimes because you need that time to do nothing. Like, you can have an hour in your day where you don't go to your sorority chapter meeting and you don't study either. You just chill and sit on your couch and watch TikToks or YouTube videos or watch this video right now. I would say just to be able to say no to things that you don't feel like doing and be okay with that, and tell your friends, hey, I really don't want to go out this weekend. I really want to stay in, or I want to chill, I want to watch a movie. Whatever it is, be able to say no to certain things. Number 17 is be mindful of the content that you're putting on your social media. And I'm gonna sound so annoying right now. I'm probably gonna sound like your teachers, but stop cussing and posting bad things on your social media. Like, you need to watch what you're saying. Your employers will see your social media. My employers probably will all see that I have a YouTube channel. Like, that's something. I mean, they may not be able to watch every single one of these videos, but the impression that you make on the internet is huge. And I think it sucks that we were born in a time where, like, our social media, like Instagram and stuff, was big when we were 12. We were way too young to be on Instagram at 12 years old, and we were on there anyways, probably posting stupid things and liking stupid things on Twitter, and it comes back and it sucks. And if you just know from the start that you are not going to post something bad about someone else on social media or curse on your social media or whatever, you're giving yourself so much peace of mind that someone's gonna find it. Like, if somebody found my YouTube right now, I would be like, oh great, thanks, make sure you like and subscribe. Like, I don't want to be embarrassed about anything that I'm putting on my social media. And I'm not saying that, like, everything needs to be like Disney Junior friendly, but like, be mindful of what you're posting. If you wouldn't want someone else to see it, then don't post it. If you are scared of somebody finding your account, then don't post it. So yeah, that is my spiel. Number 18 is to do the things that you love to do. One of the things I love to do is YouTube, and that is why I'm YouTubing right now. Another thing I love to do is get Sonic. That is why I get Sonic right now. I also love dancing, and so I love to learn TikTok dances. I don't post them, but I like to do them. Yeah, just do the things that you love. Don't let someone tell you not to do something that you love. Like, life is way too short to not do things that you enjoy doing. Number 19 is that procrastination is the worst thing. And this sounds so dumb because I know I turned 22 a while ago and I'm just now posting this video. Procrastination really sucks. It's really stressful in school, especially if you have like 2 months to do something. If you can do it like the day it's assigned, then you don't have to worry about it at all. And when everyone else is freaking out and stressed, you're just chilling and vibing and doing whatever you want. I just don't procrastinate. It sucks and it makes you so stressed out. And that rush of turning in an assignment at 11:59 when it's due at midnight is the worst rush ever. I don't know why anybody would want to do that to themselves. Number 20, don't make permanent life decisions yet. This one is really big. This goes out to all my college students. You're 22 years old. Stop making huge life decisions that like are irreversible right now. Like, you are changing, you are growing, you are still becoming an adult. You don't know everything yet. I don't know everything yet. It is not the time to be like, you know what? I'm gonna like completely sacrifice my career for a boy. Like, I don't know. Stop doing that. Do what you love to do. Keep chasing your dreams, and if that boy was meant to be in your life, he will be in your life. Don't give up things. Don't give up on your life at 22 years old. You're just not old enough to make permanent life decisions right now. Stop making them. Like, do everything you can to not make a permanent life decision right now. All right. Number 21, be careful who you trust with your heart and with your body. This one makes me kind of emo. I don't want to say you can't trust anybody. That is not what I'm trying to say here, but it is kind of what I'm trying to say here. Like, you can never trust somebody with everything, like ever. You just can't. I don't think that you can trust anybody fully. And maybe I'm just not a very trusting person, and maybe that's just the way it is, but I don't know. I just think that you should be really careful who you decide to trust, and if you do trust somebody with your feelings or with your situation, or if you want to do certain activities with certain people, whatever it is, make sure that you can trust that person. I've known too many people who get so hurt because they give so much of themselves to another person, whether that's emotionally, physically, sexually, whatever, and we're 22 years old. Like, just nothing's permanent, and you have to be careful who you're deciding to disclose everything to. That is my sad one, I guess. I'm sorry, that one made me a little sad, but that's just like how I feel at 22. And number 22 is to celebrate little accomplishments, or just celebrate existence sometimes. I think that celebrating little victories, like doing well on your test, or treating yourself to Sonic because you survived your sickness and you're back on your YouTube game, or whatever it is. I mean, I think things deserve celebration. Those are my 22 things that I've learned in 22 years. I am not like a philosopher or like a smart girl or anything right now. I'm just 22 and living my life, and those, I guess, are the things that I think are important. And I'm probably gonna watch this video in a few years and be like, what the heck? But yeah, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like this video, hit that red subscribe button down below, and thank you guys so much for 200 subscribers. I feel so lucky that I am growing on this channel. I know 200 seems like a small number, but that's 200 people that like subscribe to my channel, you know? Like, that's awesome, and I'm celebrating right now with Sonic. I'm going to be baking a cake later this week. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all of the support in the comments, and I love making these videos, and I love that other people love to watch my videos. So yeah, thank you guys for 200 subscribers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, follow me on social media, and I'll see you guys on Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye!